There are mainly 4 characters in this story: Suki, the handmaiden; Lady Hideko, the Japanese heiress; Count Fujiwara, the conman; and Kuzuki, Hideko's uncle. Part 1 Korea is currently occupied by the Japanese. A man who presents himself as Count Fujiwara, Jung Woo-ha, hires a young woman named Suki, Tae Kim, to become the handmaiden of a mysterious Japanese heiress, Lady Hideko, Tae Kim. Later on, Fujiwara reveals himself as a conman and Suki as a pickpocket. His intentions with Lady Hideko are very clear: he wants to marry her and take her money away. However, that's not all. Besides from stripping her from all of her fortune, he also wants to lock her in a mental institution. In order to do that, he needs Suki to befriend Lady Hideko so she can gain her trust, and convince her to marry the Count. As the days go by, Suki and Hideko grow closer. In addition, they get really intimate with each other. For instance, when Hideko asks Suki what married life will be like, she engages in passionate lovemaking with her. Fujiwara keeps pressuring Suki. He wants her to convince Hideko to marry him, but she's having second thoughts. Meanwhile, Hideko expresses that she doesn't marry the Count, but Suki insists. The first part of the plan goes accordingly and Lady Hideko marries Fujiwara. The second part of plan is to send Hideko to a mental asylum, which is also set in motion. However, once the 3 of them arrive to the place, the staff takes Suki instead of Hideko. Part 2 Plot twist: Lady Hideko is not as innocent as she appears to be. Her uncle and aunt have been grooming her since a very young age to read erotic novels to aristocrats. Actually, Kuzuki, Jinjo, is the puppet master behind this devious arrangement. Hideko and her aunt are just victims of his deviant desires. Kuzuki is a sadist and a sociopath. First, he killed his wife because she tried to run away. Second, he wants to marry his own niece to get his hands on her inheritance. Hideko knows all about it. She knows that her aunt didn't commit suicide and that her uncle will do the same to her if she tries to escape from him. Lady Hideko and Fujiwara met during one of those erotic readings. His initial plan was to seduce her and take her money. However, she proved herself wiser than he thought. Therefore, they made a deal together: he gets her away from Kuzuki and in exchange, she'll give him half of her inheritance. Hideko is the one that proposes hiring a maid to commit her to asylum in her place. In other words, Lady Hideko and Fujiwara have been orchestrating this whole time a wicked plan to deceive both Kuzuki and Suki. Part 3 Plot twist: Lady Hideko and Suki have been working together all this time to get back at Fujiwara. The tables have turned. Apparently, Lady Hideko and Suki actually developed true feelings for each other. One night, Suki confesses her intentions and Lady Hideko confesses Fujiwara's plan to put her in an asylum and take her identity. After this honest moment, they both plot against Fujiwara and Kuzuki. Actually, they plot mainly against Fujiwara. Kuzuki is just collateral damage. What's the plan? Drug Fujiwara, hand him to Kuzuki and run away from everything. After accomplishing their plan, Lady Hideko and Suki travel together in a ferry and share once again an intimate moment. First, let's talk about the torture scene. The last interaction between Fujiwara and Kuzuki is really interesting. So, Hideko and Fujiwara were never intimate with each other, not even at their wedding night. However, Kuzuki is a very sick man and he wants to know all the dirty little details. This is when Fujiwara shows a different side of him. The conman is a prideful man. He doesn't want Kuzuki to get his way. Therefore, he refuses to disclose further information. In addition, Fujiwara already knows that he's going to die. Kuzuki is a sadist and a murderer. There's no point trying to escape. As a result, Fujiwara makes one last dying wish, to smoke a cigarette. However, these contained mercury. Therefore, when Kuzuki noticed the blue smoke, it was already too late. Both men, end up dying in the cellar. Now, let's talk about the two female leads. Are they femme fatales that got away with what they want? In my opinion, everything they did it out of the need to survive. Yes, the two ladies indeed took Fujiwara and Kuzuki out the picture with their genius plan, but that doesn't make them cold-blooded killers. The two men pushed these Hideko and Suki over the edge, which led them